This lecture is talking about the definition of a digital business. It asked us what actually we define digital business. A lot of people, even myself, when I think about digital business, I would think that technology is the leading part, but actually, the mindset of the management, the organizational mindset is more important in digital business. So, just giving an example that initially, in my early career, I offered the Yangtze River cruise booking for Western travelers. It is not that I have a new website that I have been doing it for a lot of years, but I realize there is a need of individual tourists who are coming in couple or a small family groups. They want a more customized travel experience. They don't want to join A and K, or they don't want to join general tours or race tours, but they want to have a more customized personal tour. If they contact someone in a don't have the local knowledge, we are based right here by the understand the local logistics, and we can communicate seamlessly with our US based customer. So that concept, that business model made that digital business of river cruise booking a success. So it is not the technology, but the concept, the mindset of the business. Technology is only the helper, but not the ultimate factor for the digital business. So saying that, so when we try to understand digital business, we can't be focusing on the technology part. So that's why a lot of companies, when they do digital transformation, they failed. It is they have adapted every trending technology like Microsoft um, 365 or Amazon Cloud Computing or Shopify or mobile apps. They are following every trend. However, they are not doing great. If that is the case, the management team need to think about their digital business, whether it is creating any value, any differential value for the customers. Because if you don't have a differential value, you can't convince your customer to buy from you. So that's very obvious. The business, uh, the in nowadays there are a lot of new business models such as Uber, Airbnb, or Fiverr. They all addressed the specific problems. For example, Fiverr, which is a crowd sourcing platform where you can post a job and people are able to respond to it. Sorry, that's freelancer Upwork. The Fiverr is people list their gigs. For example, someone can write a 500 word article for your product, or someone can do a 1 minute video presentation of your product for $30 per gig. You purchase from that. traditionally these services are very expensive and the talents are hard to find, but the Fiverr website, they bridged the demand and supply and make it seamless. And after you have bought the service, you can leave a reply. So all these top-notch suppliers, the gig providers, are going to get even more orders. So again, for digital business, it is not a new technology. It's not that you have invented a new technology. No, it's not that. But it is you have changed the way you do business. That's a quote in a lecture. For digital business, there are new customers. New customers. So, for example, like before, when people buy t-shirts, they buy from a department store or from their local fashion shop. Now there is a kind of customized printing on demand, where you can upload your own photo, your logo, or even a slogan, and the website will accept your order, print them out, pack them, and send that to you. So this kind of new business model will attract new customers. So when we think about digital business, it involves new markets. You're not confined to your local market. You can reach customers worldwide. I understand. I know some New Zealand-based companies sell New Zealand products. Their customers are from every corner of the globe, because New Zealand products has a reputation of purity and natural, so people trust the New Zealand as a brand. And if someone is able to provide these products for them and provide good customer service, and that's a good entry point for the digital business. So for digital transformation, it is very the transformation is to improve the customer's experience, because nowadays the customers are not like before. It's not one way. So customers can respond to a product or a service. For example, if someone who have just stayed in Auckland City Hotel, or the a harbor hotel, and if he or she dislike the facility or the service, he or she leave a negative feedback on the property's Google listing, the Google Business My Business listing, and that will have a bad impact for future bookings. But to the contrary, if there are a lot of uh, visitors leave very good feedback or 5 stars, and if you are looking for a hotel within your budget range, and when you are trying to decide which hotel to book, the higher rated hotel will definitely be preferred by the new customers. And customers are connected with each other as well by the a lot of people will ask, if I want to spend 2 days in Rotorua, and what would you recommend? And there will be people recommending, say, the hot springs is a must go, or the skyline Rotorua is a very good place. And if someone who had a bad experience and post negative comments there, and I mean, these comments are public, And these social information are making these customers very, very powerful. But if you make good use of that, say if you provide very good customer service, and they will refer your website to other buyers, and when they are referred among the group, it will be it will be more convincing for new customers to buy, because it's not the advert from the merchant, but a endorsement from a previous customer. And the customers are now very tech savvy, whether it is a mobile app or it is a kind of new technology you provide. There will be people who are willing to try that. And there is a low switching cost for customers, like when it comes to a particular app. Say booking a hotel, you have Trivago, you have Expedia, and many other sites. Although some of them are affiliated together, but when a customer try to make a booking, if you don't improve your customer experience, they will definitely switch from one app to another. So nowadays, there are a lot of new emerging businesses. They rely on the information, they rely on the internet and information communication technologies. The companies, other than the examples in the lecture, for example, I can give these examples like Shopify, which simplifies the process to build an e-commerce website, and Wise is a fintech financial company, make it easy for people to have an international bank account and to convert one currency to another. Stripe, a payment platform similar like PayPal, but Stripe can allow you accept credit cards and local payments from your customers. So these new companies, new technologies, without exception, they have their individual value, unique. They have their unique value proposition. That's the key factor for their success. So when a company wants to do digital transformation, people in the organization will need to have the mindset. We need to have the mindset that they need to provide value, and that's beyond whatever technology you use. There is a longer description in the lecture. It's a bit long. There are seven components. The ultimate goal of a digital business is to provide differential value. That's the most important. It has to provide value. It is providing that value through ICT, information and communication technologies. And when you have a digital business, it's not you do it once, you set it, you forget about it. It is an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. For example, in the early 2000s, when mobile phones and tablets are not this popular and the broadband costs are expensive, people go to the internet using their desktop computer or laptop computer other than mobile device. So when you have a store, if you have a website, that would be fine. But nowadays, a lot of people are on the go. and you have to adapt your website to the mobile device so that it is more user friendly for them in a smaller screen. So that's the ongoing process of innovation. And for digital business, need to integrate and redesigning the structure. So it's not a one component; it's a lot of components. Um, for example, if you are selling a physical product, you probably want to integrate with a third-party logistics company. So when there is an order, the order details is automatically pushed to the warehouse, and the warehouse staff, they don't need to re-verify with you because it already show that the customer has already paid. They will print out the sticker. Sometimes even the stickers are automatically printed. They pick up the items, put the sticker on the parcel, and scan the barcode. The barcode will be pushed back to your e-commerce store, update the tracking details. At the same time, an email will be sent to the customer to let them know your parcel has already been processed. So that is a integrated structure of an e-commerce business. And it is not only internal but also external components of your organization. Just like the example I mentioned about the supply chain, if you are not doing your own fulfillment, if you are using a third-party warehouse to do that, that will be the involvement of internal and external um, purpose, and they have to linked together between the components. And for just the same example of a online order, a confirmed online order being pushed to the warehouse, that's through API. So all these technologies, they are information and communication technologies, and the value of that is a seamless experience because your warehouses are based. So if your main market is the US, so you will first send all your products to US, and then your fulfillment center will ship your products to different processing centers based on the previous sales record. And when there is a new order, the closest warehouse will get that instruction to process that order. So all the components together create a seamless shopping experience for the consumer. So the consumer will be likely to be loyal to the brand and find it easy to use, save their time, and they will know this platform, your shop is reliable, and they are likely to share it on the social media, and they are likely to buy from you again. So that differential value is, in your case, will be the customer will have a larger lifetime value, is more likely to buy from you again. So you don't need to spend extra cost to regain a new customer. And if your quality and process are very good and you can easily maintain them, and and by your customer to grow to a larger percentage. When your customer base grow, you can expand to new products, or you can even send more products to your warehouse in the US, for example. And by sending a lot of products together, you are going to save the shipping cost, thus pass the saving to your customer, reduce your price, or you find out by talking with your customer, you find out when they buy A product, they actually need a B product. You create a bundle, and the customer will order that bundle from you and create a new revenue stream for your organization. So all these integrated technologies, they have one ultimate goal, is to create value and solve a specific or a series of demand from the customer. So for the ongoing, in the lecture, I just mentioned ongoing is just because of the change of technology. In the lecture, it also mentioned there are other reasons. For example, there are like COVID-19. People are working from home. Yeah. So if you are if you are a for example, if you are Zoom, now you need to invest your resources to create a more easier interface or new functions. For example, sharing your make it easier to share your desktop. I even found a company who created an app. That app is going to blur the area on the screen that you select. Sometimes when you want to demonstrate something, but you don't want to disclose your personal information, if you use that app, it's going to help you because even when you scroll down of the page, that blur part is going to stick. So that is very smart because you save time. You don't need to do post editing to hide this sensitive data. So that company who designed the app to blur your personal information is working not against the trend, but working with the trend, find the customer demand, and create a new business. The integrating and redesigning that I just mentioned, it is not only the process, the whole process, but you have to think through the whole process to make sure it is as seamless as possible. For example, your shop can be integrated with Xero accounting software, and it can integrate it with Stripe. So when there is an order, Stripe, your Shopify store is going to push that data to Xero, and Xero will fetch the payment details from Stripe and create the invoices and make sure IRD are happy because you have a perfect record of every transactions. And as a management, you are able to view all your financial position. You can decide whether you want to invest more or you want to cut a specific operation. The internal and external components. So when you think about a digital business, it's not only one way now. It's the world is more integrated. So if a company can make sure the internal and external components are all well organized, that would be perfect. And nowadays, technology make it so easy. You only need to enter API, and I found that even nowadays you don't even need to know what is a API. For example, you have a website. You want to track all your website visitor data. You use Google Analytics. Before, you have to understand where to paste that Google Analytics code. Now, if you have Shopify or WooCommerce, you just download an app or download a plugin for WordPress. You enter, you just select which account, which email account is associated with your Google Analytics account. Then that part is finished. So technology is making it easier to integrate different things. And all these different things is better to be linked with each other. They should not be separated with each other. You don't so that you don't use spreadsheets or word processor to or a book to note all these critical information, or use calendars. It's all seamless. The possibility of that it is because of there are new business who is able to provide a service, and the communication and collaboration method are a lot easier now. Just giving example is VoIP phone. The VoIP technology is not something new, but now it's more sophisticated and easier to use. You can sign up a Australian number, a US number, or even a toll-free number. So local clients can call you and you will be able to answer in locally and to help them to complete the order. So all these components they are linked with each other. And sometimes when people do pay per click, like Google Ads, they click to call. That number is dynamic, and it can track which ad copy is more efficient. So all these technologies are making it easy to link the different components together so that we can communicate with our customers better. The information and communication technologies, that is ICT, it is not only an online app. It can be even something more fancier, such as a robot. I once watched a documentary where people they will choose the different they will measure the size that's not online, but that's pre-COVID. I guess now they are more sophisticated now. Let me use another example, which is easier. Back to the T-shirt. The POT, print on demand T-shirt. When you upload a logo or a family photo to the website, to the app, and you make payment for it after entering all your details, such as your shipping details, phone number, etc., the factory in Hangzhou, China, is going to receive that order. Someone is going to review that. Part of the process are done by AI, they want to avoid copyright issue. If the logo looks fine, the picture looks fine, their machine will automatically accept that order and will print that on a T-shirt. Even if it is only one shirt, the machine is going to respond to your internet order. So basically, your operation in the US, you place an order, that action of uploading your logo, deciding the position of the picture or imagery on the T-shirt or even a mug. And that position actually triggered a machine in China to print that imagery on a T-shirt or a mug. So it's more connected now. There are new technologies such as Bitcoin. Sometimes, if you accept new, um, like even mobile payments, people are easier. They have their mobile wallet, so they don't need to enter all their card numbers, their expiration date, or CVV2 number. They just use their mobile wallet to pay you. It's easier for them. It is safer for the customer because they don't need to give out their credit card details to every merchant. And in the future, there will be virtual reality. So now people view the products through pictures and videos. Probably in the future, you have a device, or some maybe even you don't need to wear a external device. You're able to say different dimensions of a product. You can touch it virtually. You can look at it. You can even feel, maybe you can feel the size, and that can be something trending in the future. And that will create new businesses. So all these new technologies, the ICT, are opportunities for new businesses to create value. So in this lecture, the key takeaway uh, for me is the online business, the digital business, is not about technology, but creating value with the help of technologies. And for the value, there are a lot of information, but mainly the value will be tangible and non-tangible. Tangible, such as more sales, repeated orders, etc. Non-tangible will be brand awareness, the the customer interaction and customer feedbacks.